Hola!
She switched it up on you.
Week 5 of 52 weeks of focus.
Y'all, she switched it up
5.
on y'all. She used to hit y'all with the, hey, everybody. She told her, oh, I like it. I like what's going on, everybody. Hey, we got a good one today.
Yes, we do.
And the crazy part is, as usual, we don't discuss these like together before we come on. So, woo!
We're winging it.
Yeah. Best on this one.
No script on this one. Or the other videos.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. So, what are we talking about?
Oh, dating with a purpose.
Oh, Jesus.
We heard you with the poll in the group, in the Facebook group this week, and that's what we're going to talk
Fellas,
about.
I got you. Fellas. I got y'all. Real talk.
So, we're going to start by telling our story. Because some people that follow us may not know. So, where do you want to start?
Let's start at 2000 and... When was that? How we met. The first day we met.
In 20...
All right, short version. I said, hey. And this joke right here looked at me like... Well, I ain't going to say the N-word, but man, please. Hey, bye. Our first interaction last week.
Because he was kind of feeling himself.
Excuse me.
He was in the phase of feeling himself.
Excuse me. No, ma'am.
Like I'm just supposed to run behind him.
Excuse me. Tell the truth. Shame
What
the
you
devil.
mean? Tell the truth.
The truth is, when I first met her, I didn't know that she was actually involved with someone.
Yes, at the time.
So she trying to act like, hey, yo, I was feeling this. Hey, look now. I was about 25 pounds lighter, you know. Hey.
Oh, boy.
But it was good, though. We was good.
So fast forward to 2014, almost 2015. He reached out to me via Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, baby.
We've been friends on Facebook for years, but he reached out to me to check on me while I was deployed.
So here go what I didn't understand. Why was she so mean to me at first, and she was clocking me the whole time? Where they do that at? Whatever.
Yeah.
And shout out to Georgia Southern University, man.
Yes.
Best university in the whole world.
The best.
Real GSU.
Yes.
We ain't even gonna say the other.
No, we're not gonna even say the other
They bought it.
university.
But anyway, no shade.
So fast forward to 2014, 2015 when I was deployed. And we ended up emailing each other, almost daily?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it started out, she was trying to play hard to get it, whatever. But, we started out doing our interactions with each other since she was all the way in Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. And I was in Macon, Georgia at the time. We're going to get to that path a little later on in the year. Started just to kind of fill each other out via email. Mm-hmm. And then I offered to do Bible studies with her because at that particular point in time, I was extremely involved in my walk. Mm-hmm. And it was actually probably one of the more important times in my life as I began to deepen my relationship with the Lord. So,
So we ended up doing Bible study weekly. We didn't really talk on the phone because of where I was. And the connectivity was horrible. Right. But we got back in December 2014. We got back, and he asked me out to dinner about February 2015. And of course, I was like, okay, sure. I didn't think anything of it. So we went. He actually drove from Macon to Augusta.
Excuse me. Let's not just run over that part.
What?
For the people that don't know, Macon is about 2.5 hours.
Yes. Yes.
From Augusta.
Yeah, it is.
And it was cold.
Yeah, it was very cold. You didn't have a jacket on, did you?
It was the coldest, most windiest day ever. And I tried to play it cool,
yes,
too.
He did.
Boy, I was shivering for 3 days after that jump.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
So we went to, I think it was Craft and Vine restaurant in downtown Augusta. One of the best restaurants in Augusta, by the way. And we ended up talking for almost over 3 hours.
Yeah.
And almost shutting down the restaurant. We had a lot of chemistry, that was for sure. And we talked after that by my car for like another 30, 45 minutes.
Cold. Ooh-wee. Y'all be hard. Fellas, don't do it, man. I was shivering my little.
So shortly after that, I actually went back to Louisville, Kentucky, where I was stationed, or Fort Knox, Kentucky, and he offered to come up and see me. And we had our first date at the Muhammad Ali Museum, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
I would recommend anybody in the area, in Louisville area, see that museum. It was great.
Yeah, we dropping a lot of indoors. We need to get some sponsors.
I know.
Real.
So we actually had that first date. Of course we hit it off even more.
Right.
And I think you ended up coming down like once a month or every other month. No, I think it was like once a month. I think
once a month.
Yeah, once a month. From Macon, yes.
Georgia.
Yeah.
To Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yes, and I think you were coaching football then too.
And I had a job.
Yeah. Coaching
football.
Yes.
And going to school.
Yeah.
Fell up.
Yeah, he put the P in pursuing and showing his interest, and
I can't wait to get into these.
So, actually, I think it was your third or fourth time coming up, and we had the conversation about actually
being exclusive.
Yes.
And being like.
And I think the conversation was a good 2 or 3 hours because we.
Yeah, it was real though. It got real. It got real. As a matter of fact, that weekend it was rough, man.
Yeah,
it was rough.
It was
not necessarily between us, but as far as like we kind of both felt that. Like, all right, this is gonna get serious.
Yes.
So there's a,
there's
a time period. Matter of fact, let's jump into it. All right, the first point.
No, wait, what do you mean?
Oh, all right, rest of the story. Hey, we got together and then we did long distance and then we got married. Let's get to this first point.
Back up. You missing a crucial part of it.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we actually, it was April 4th.
April 4th.
Of 2015 that we actually became a couple.
Yeah, April 4th.
And we actually agreed at that time that we were going to, of course, be exclusive, but we were dating with a purpose.
So at that point, we moved from dating to courting.
Yes. Yes, which moves right into the first point.
How I just said that? Oh, I can't wait. Go ahead. I want to see. I want to hit it.
Okay, so courting versus dating. Mm-hmm. Okay, so society recognizes dating, but they do not recognize courting. Why? Because dating is more convenient, while courting is dating with a purpose, the sole purpose of getting married. And courting also focuses on doing it God's way.
Gotcha. So courting, so for the people that went fast, dating is more so of a relationship between you and that person on a hey, I want to get to know you type level.
Yes.
We can do things together, and then as you move to courting, which is a more focused attempt to input that person and then actually try to see that person in your life long term, i.e. marriage.
Yes. Now. Yes. Now, dating also means that he or she may be dating multiple people.
Maybe. Hey, in 2019, dating, you can date multiple people at one time. But
I don't agree with that.
But all right. While dating, you have to be accountable for the relationships that you have with those people. Once it gets to a certain spot, you got to be mature enough to say, you know what? I'm beginning to feel this one person, and for the fellas, I know it can be rough sometimes, but you have to be able to say, you have to be able to look at this person and actually say like, hey, this is a situation where I want to be more serious. We have to be vocal.
Yes.
All right. As men, we have to be vocal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he was very vocal from the beginning.
Oh yeah, I'm be honest with you. Once while we were in the first part of our dating stage, I can admit, all right, I was making. It's cool, and so it might have been one or two people that I would talk to maybe on the phone, But once we had that conversation, actually she told me, "Hey, bruh, look, if we gonna do this, we doing it exclusively." And that when she said the expectation. Not that I'm like a player or nothing like that, but once we came to that, that understanding within each other, it was easy at that point. Like, all right, cool. Hey, look,
yeah,
we're not doing A, B, and C with A, B, whoever. It's just gonna be me and you.
Right.
So, although those weren't the easiest conversations, until that stake is claimed, like, hey, look, this is what we gonna be. All right, and actually both can do that. I just genuinely feel like it's in that in between stage.
Yeah, he swore that I had like a line of men.
I
didn't.
Full transparency, I know you did.
I didn't. But anyway,
whatever.
So we actually dated, recorded for a year and 1 month.
Right.
And it was funny because it was a conversation that we had via text. We first started dating, and he was like, "Give me a year to finish up my master's, and I will."
All right.
Make you my wife.
Fellas.
And, and I thought he was being like sweet, and I knew he was sincere, but I completely
fellas,
forgot about it.
I say this with all seriousness, all right? A lot of times we end up in situations, negative situations, because we are not purposeful with the relationships that we have. And that doesn't even have to be just with like romantic relationships. You know what I'm saying? They can just be in business relationships. They can be in platonic relationships. We have to be able to have a purpose within those and be vocal. You know what I'm saying? So what made me become vocal, because I wasn't always like that, is I had confidence in, number one, who I was with, or who I was going to be with. And that over that time period, we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, we did.
Even though she was 630 something miles away, we still spent a lot of time with each other.
FaceTime like crazy.
Yeah. And not even just physical, stuff, just mentally.
Yes.
We shared a lot. She understood where I was coming from.
Yes.
Although we disagreed in some areas, we still kind of do.
Yeah.
I was still allowed to be myself, and actually I was allowed to be broken in front of her, which is like huge for me, because I don't really,
It's always great to be transparent. I know when we first got together, it was hard for me to be transparent just because of things that had happened in my past.
It's a great wall of China.
Yeah, but he broke down the wall.
You know what's funny though? You think I broke down the wall? I ain't do nothing. I just let you be you, and let you realize how regular you was in some areas, and I didn't judge you. And then you slowly just took them things down yourself. Fellas, don't try to break down walls, okay? Now, I'm a prime example of that. I used to just think I could just say them all. Let's do it. I can help you do it. No. Until your mate or till your potential significant other chooses to take down those things, they'll still be up.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is just be yourself, continue to support them, but also hold them accountable too. You know what I'm saying?
And also, in terms of like courting, and versus dating, courting focuses more on you mentally, spiritually.
Right.
It doesn't really focus on your physical, because we knew that we were physically attracted to each other. That was a done deal. I mean, first time I saw him, but if you
wait a minute, finish that thought.
First time I saw him, I thought he was extremely attractive.
You know what? That's the first time telling me that, y'all. Rough out here for a player, boy.
But of course, I couldn't act, because at the time when we met, we crossed paths at homecoming, I was dating someone.
What they got to do with?
Oh my gosh, whatever. So, so that's just a differentiation in terms of courting and dating.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know the difference, but that's the difference. Like dating goes straight to the physical. Straight. Without no dating, it tends to go straight to the physical, because you're attracted,
but it don't have to.
It don't have to, but sometimes it does.
When we were dating, I can say this. When we were dating, as far as the physical aspect, like we were both kind of getting out of situations where like we kind of made a vow to, before we met each other, to just kind of like, how long till there's some other areas that we need to get into. I know for me personally, I was at a space where I was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good on the physical stuff, man. I need to get right spiritually. I need to get right mentally. and understand some stuff about myself.
Physically, we're talking about sex.
Oh yeah.
So we're not talking about kissing. We're not talking
that's
about
rough,
we're talking about sex.
That's a rough one.
This is a grown folks conversation, so we just gonna straight up say it. So our walk as far as sex was not perfect. It was not perfect in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, just putting all our business out here. But you know what?
It wasn't perfect, but all in all, we honor God in any way we could. Like, we attended church together. We had Bible study still.
Now, while we was dating,
yeah, we did. I have the email still, but he forgot. But anyway, so you know, we tried to practice being, or we did practice being, you know, or getting to know each other on the mental and spiritual level.
Right.
So just know and discuss that and those expectations with your partner up front.
Yeah,
so
transparency, man.
There aren't any surprises, because you don't want to get like 6-7 months into a relationship and, you know, it comes to that point to be physical. You don't want to be physical, but that other person does. Right. That could possibly be the end of the relationship.
Motives matter. Motives matter, man, when it comes to dating. And we'll wrap this first one up by saying basically dating is just to get to know your face. Yes. Hey, I don't know you. You don't know me.
Right.
You know, you don't understand the depths of who I am or who I am trying to become. I'm just trying to see if we're compatible on a basic level. Right. Okay. Courting is a deeper dive into who you are, why you are the way you are, and to see if we can do a few things together. Based on the flow of that, some people are at a point where, hey, look, I'm tired of getting no folks. Hey, look, can we do this thing like or not?
Dating with a purpose.
Yes. And then for those that want to take it slow, I definitely
there's nothing wrong with that.
Trust me, folks. Please take it slow.
It took me 4 years. 4 years.
4 years of what?
To actually get to the point where I was ready for another relationship.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
I was,
it took 4 years. So
that's my baby though. It's crazy.
Whatever. So that wraps up the first point, courting versus dating. And of course, if you have any more questions, feel free to comment on our YouTube and also within the Facebook group. We're actually eventually going to add our Facebook group link to the videos. But since we're getting started, we're working our way through it. So the second point is what you can do to prepare for your future husband or wife.
Number one, I'm gonna cut you off because I want to say number one. Number one, stop thinking something's wrong with you.
Yes, that was a good one, babe.
Oh,
really good. Yeah,
that was in my spirit.
That one.
Because nowadays people, you know, I'm out success to marriage, and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something, okay? And I say this to her all the time, so I feel okay saying it. Marriage is one of the most amazing things I've ever done, but it's also one of the most difficult things I've had to manage. Only because when you get married and when you commit your life to someone else, it tends to kind of reflect the not so good parts of yourself daily.
Yeah, put some magnifying glass on your flaws.
Definitely. And that's not to say that she's just constantly reminding me of my flaws. No, I'm saying I see my flaws more so now because I don't have, you know, if I do something that make her mad, if I do something that is one of my many flaws, she's feeling the immediate effect of that. Whereas before, it's like, okay, I messed up with this one, but I'm going to not mess up with the next. I could hide behind that. Or I can just don't deal with it. You know, that's always an option when you don't have, you know, that immediate effect or the person that immediately feels it. Like, that's always there. And if you're not ready to deal with that, that's okay. And it's super important that you try to understand yourself as much as you can before you try to offer yourself to someone else. But yeah, my bad. I just had to gut that up.
Okay. So also, just to prepare yourself, you have to speak life, like I always say, or I've always said. You're worth being a wife. You're worth being a husband. Don't settle for the forever girlfriend or boyfriend title, because we deserve that lifelong mate. We deserve to be in covenant with our soulmate. So also, one thing I want to reiterate: focus on the marriage more so than the wedding.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
I say that because we agreed once Phil proposed that we were going to do premarital counseling. We knew that we wanted to work on ourselves individually as well as together. We had premarital counseling with our pastor, as well as another premarital session with the counselor. Swanzetta in Fayetteville, North Carolina is amazing.
Jesus.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so we actually went through how many months? Like 4 or 5 months? Yeah, I think it may have been like 6 months of premarital counseling. So I say that for those couples that are engaged or thinking about marriage, don't stray away from premarital counseling, because that foundation is critical, especially in the first year of marriage.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you have to have counseling while you're in a relationship, that's okay too. Because sometimes there are some issues that your partner can't help you with. There are some things that you need to, come to peace with.
Right.
And, going to counseling helps. And I know, in some communities, counseling is looked down upon.
Please.
But counseling is a beautiful thing.
For real.
It's amazing.
No, for real, guys. It is definitely one of my personal saving graces when it comes to being able to talk to somebody that understands, how to think about things or how to help you better process your own thoughts.
Right.
So it's amazing, man. It
is. And also in terms of preparing, make sure that you're spiritually grounded before, you move on to that next level with that person, because you have to be equally yoked. You have to be, on the same level spiritually, because if not, it will cause division within your marriage.
Right.
And also once you actually get proposed to, or you propose, Phil, he as soon as you propose, actually before you propose, he was treating me like his wife. In terms of stuff that he did, he came to see me in Louisville. He would, make sure I was good mentally and spiritually. He called me throughout the day. He would text me just to check on me. He would, although we didn't like live together or anything before we got married. He made sure, like, financially, as much as he could, that I was straight.
Hold up, that's funny that you say that, because she actually make more than me.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
She like that, but she gonna get caught.
Whatever.
But for the fellas that are going back and forth with ideal of marriage, going back and forth with some of the things that like may not be the most glamorous about it, we have to look at marriage beforehand. We have to change our scope of it. Marriage itself is a service.
Yes.
All right. The things that we kind of, in some communities, we look at marriage as like a ball and chain.
Yeah. A contract.
Yeah. A business.
Yeah.
Partner.
Like
that sounds cool, but at the end of the day, honestly, guys, it's about service.
Yeah.
Understanding what it is that your partner needs,
yes.
And being able to commit to that while receiving that same commitment. Like I just said, Victoria has made more than me for probably all our whole thing. And from the outside looking in, you're like, oh yeah, that's what it came up. Let me tell y'all something. There are some things that as men, we gotta it is what it is. All right. We have to learn how to service our wives, or serve our wives.
Service men, our husbands too.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't.
It's a habit. It's not a well, I gotta do this, so you should. No, look. All right. You should want to do it. And by service, and serve, I don't mean pay for everything. I don't mean no. Figure like one of the things that she cannot stand doing is the budget. She might not be good at it either, but she can't stand doing it. All right. So as me, and I actually have lived on a budget pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
You know? And that's something that we had to. I can't stand it.
So I want to interject right there. So I was I've been in my in the military at that point when we met at 10 years. So I was used to being by myself and not budgeting. Like if I wanted something at the mall, you best believe I went and got it. Yes, whether I could afford it or not, I got it because I worked hard enough. But he introduced me to budgeting, before we got married, or when he actually proposed. And
fought me tooth and nail, man.
It was hard.
Tooth and nail.
Oh my gosh, it was hard. Yes, but almost 2 years into our marriage, it's a great thing. Knowing that we're working towards paying off our debt, and we're working towards a common goal monthly. Although sometimes we may hiccup. I know in the first 6 months of marriage, when we were married, it was rough trying to merge everything together.
Wait, back to the subject of preparing. Yeah. Fellas, just make sure that you understand what you want to be, as far as from a husband standpoint, and try to put what you want to be with the current woman that you were with or looking to get with, and see if they're compatible.
Yes, and also as far as women, just make sure that you're not looking for a certain type of person and you're stuck on that mold of that type of person, because the person God has for you may not fit the mold that you prayed for.
Hey boy, I already know I ain't the one she prayed for. I know that for sure. God showed out because he first.
Okay, so ladies, men too, if you want to, this is what I did. I made a list of things that I would like in a husband. This was 4 years before I met him. And I prayed over it and I said, hey, God, this is what I specifically would want in a husband. And it actually came into fruition through him. On more than one occasion.
Unexpected.
No, it wasn't unexpected. So when he wanted to do the Bible study with me while I was deployed, that was like one of the things I had prayed for, and I was like, okay, This is good.
I came out of nowhere, y'all.
I mean,
if you told her she was gonna be marrying a teacher who lived at home with his parents at the time, I was at the crib, y'all. I just got there, but still, I was at the crib. I'm 5 years younger than her.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yes.
I had a 2001 Toyota Camry.
Oh boy.
What else? I said I left with my parents. That's two things. And yeah, I lived in Louisville. I mean, I didn't live nowhere near her at all.
No. Had you really done long distance before we?
Never done. Never.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Like Macon to Atlanta. I don't count.
No, it doesn't.
But still.
Yeah. So it was a lot of firsts for both of us. But in the grand scheme of things, we were both preparing for one common goal: marriage.
Yeah.
And just remember that you have to speak life within your partner as well as in yourself. If you see yourself getting married to that person, start praying from day one. Start, building that foundation. No, because I prayed when we actually became official.
Oh, but there's other like females are dating. Oh, you said once you start courting.
Yes.
And once we said it's exclusive.
Yes.
Oh, I got you. We put that focus on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but that's all I have for now. I know those first 2 points were, kind of
part one.
Yeah, part one. But
part two, we coming.
So part two is up to Bay. And I'll let him. Well, part two. Well, no. You 3 and 4. You got 3 and 4.
Y'all want to hit him with the over 30 joint? All right, bet. I was special.
No.
All right.
It's yeah. So Bay will follow with point 3 and 4.
Mine not gonna be that long.
And we may end up doing something called Relationship Thursdays. We're not sure because we have a lot of things we want to talk about as far as relationships. So stay tuned. So this is just the intro. All right, babe.
She's gonna dump it on me like that. All right, cool. Number 3. What a relationship should look like. Now, before y'all jump on my back, how you gonna tell me how my... These are some general things, okay? I'm not in everybody's house. Me and her stuff ain't perfect. I'm telling y'all.
It's not.
Right? But these are some a general thing, all right? As far as relationships go. Now, something that helped me kind of focus in was actually in 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, 22nd verse, and it says, flee also youthful lusts, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, and with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. All right. So I actually meditated over that like a lot. The first part, I think people kind of immediately go to the physical, like lustful things, or I always want to do the physical. And actually, I looked a little bit deeper into it, and I started to look at the things that I was actually into at the time, and try to figure out like, hey, why am I into this? Like, is it for me, or is it for going toward the things that I want to kind of get towards from a spiritual standpoint? And I had to do a lot of soul searching and understanding like okay, a lot of things that I was into really didn't have no purpose. All right, which actually led me kind of moving back to Macon and recentering myself and understanding that, hey, look, I have to be whole in order to give my whole to someone else. But the more important part is the second clause of that it says, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, and with those who call on the Lord. That clause in itself tells you everything that a good relationship should breed. All right. Again, I'm not in everybody's relationship. All right. But the right relationships, whether it be business, platonic, romantic, should breed some type, all right, of righteousness, or the need for righteousness. When I didn't do right by Victoria because I'm the most great guy on earth. All right. I'm a man, and there's some broken parts that was in there, but because of what she represented and always wanting to do things, not only so she'll look good, but because it's the right thing to do. All right. As we started to kind of communicate and kind of feed off of each other's energy, I began to look at the good that I can do for not only her but others as well. It made me want to do better and want to express love and want to deepen my faith spiritually, not just so I could keep up, but to actually cleanse myself of those things that I had once kind of, I guess, lusted after. Another kind of thing that you want to make sure you're constantly creating within your own relationship is peace. All right.
Yes.
I never thought I would be as fulfilled in a long distance relationship. Just didn't think it would happen because I can't see them, they can't see me. You know, what it is, what it is. All right, can't hug on them, can't love on them. But the amount of peace that I received within that time period was like life changing for me, because she was so supportive of me continuing my journey just to find peace and to just kind of recover from the past that I had experienced. Not that I just was just crazy. I was just I will get back to that story, like I said, later on in the year. But that peace was like I said, life changing. Like, and any good relationship should have some type of peace as a result of that. As a result of a relationship with her, as my girlfriend, like I was able to not only manage the school schedule I had. I was going to school, get my master's. I was actually teaching in special ed. Y'all know that's in special ed. And I was actually coaching, which, all of that, and maintaining a type of relationship that I never had before. But I was able to do that because of the peace that I was afforded during our relationship. Okay, she kept me focused on things I need to focus on, and in turn, we just kept progressing along. All right. Did you want to say anything? Oh no. Cool. So, every relationship, a product of it should be righteousness. All right, the willingness to do better. All right, for not only yourself or that person, but just in general for people. All right. Also, love. All right. Love isn't just about me and her. All right. It's not about me and her at all. Okay. As a result of our relationship, I love people more. All right. Of course, the obvious, my faith in God has grown exponentially because of the love that she showed me, the ability for her to have faith in me, which, of course, if you're following the order, and she has faith in me, I have faith in God, we're going to be good. All right. And lastly, the peace should be a result of your relationship. So if your relationship doesn't have any peace in it, I'm not saying it's bad, but you might want to look at it. All right. A lifetime is a long time to go without peace.
It is.
Long time to go.
Yes.
All right. Number 4. All right. I kind of went into it with number 3. But, all right. We're going to look at good relationships always create. And I'm gonna say 2 strong words. All right. They should create love, as I said before, and the willingness, all right, the willingness to love and be loved. They should create those 2 feelings at some point. And if you're not there, you got work to do, all right? I can actually attest, probably gonna get me in trouble, but this one right here, wasn't always easy to love. Wasn't always easy to support for physical reasons. Not like physical, but like us being so far away. So we had to find ways to support each other through distance, through busyness, through anything. We had to find a way. We definitely had to find a way. And I think as she's worked hard in her career, and she's shown the ability to kind of get through things that are tough, that for me was like a huge thing. I had to see that, hey, when stuff got tough, for whatever it is she's going through, she still found a way to not only make room for my little broke self, but she supported me in a way that like nobody had ever done for me in a while, but I feel like I'm rambling at this point. But just to keep it short, again, good relationships should create love, and the willingness to be loved and to love. Short version. Yes. If that didn't make sense, let me know.
Great job, babe.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Not as many verses this time.
No, we felt we needed to switch up.
This is definitely part 1 though,
yes,
because it's a lot that goes into this part.
Yes.
I really would like for you guys to see kind of the interworkings of Edwards Inc. and how we, how it was controlled chaos.
Yeah.
My dog go to sleep. Just snoring. But yeah, like seriously, for people that have voted for this and people that would like to see more, again, please hit those polls for us. Comment, DM. You can even drop it in, Instagram.
Yeah, and please subscribe to our channel. We have a total of 6 subscribers over this past week, which is great. It's a great start. So just feel free to share this video, subscribe so you get notified when we post another video, which is weekly for the next 52 weeks.
And we got a few other little things we're going to pop in there.
Yes.
Things seeing us outside of this area
that
we're in, that I was filming in. But yeah, so I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
If not, we'll give it another shot next week. I hope everybody has a good Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're going to pray this thing on as always.
Yes.
All right. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for getting us through another week. Thank you for sowing into us the time, the energy, and the willingness that we have to love you. Thank you for just continuing to love on us despite of us.
Yes.
And thank you for giving us the ability to love others. Also, God, in the midst of what's going on in this world, God, thank you for being our example of love, faith, and mercy. And I pray that everybody has a good week. And on all those things, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
All right. Well, that concludes week 5. See you guys next week for week 6.
Good job, babe.
Yeah.
See you.
Peace.